Hello, this is Ruling, and I just wanted to do a quick Hearthstone match. I just started ranked matches last night in the beta, and I will be facing Shaman here with my Paladin deck. Now, I do not have any epics or legendaries in this deck, but I do have a couple of mostly crafted rares. Now, in that opening hand, you saw me get rid of Noble Sacrifice, which is I want to play a little later. And I did pick up the much better Scarlet Crusader instead. Now he will greet me and pass his turn, and you see me have a lot of trouble trying to get the greeting thing to come up. Now on his second turn, he does drop a boar, which I'm sure he wished he had on turn 1 so that he could have played a 2-drop or a totem there instead. But I'll just create a recruit and pass it to him. Now on this turn, he makes a play that really starts, to make me think that he's probably newer or hasn't been in the beta very long, because he's going to drop his bear, and instead of trading with my recruit, he's just going to hit me for 1. Now with a paladin, you almost never want to make that play. You want to clear their field if you can, because they carry so many buffs, and I still had the coin, so it would have been a much better play to just clear my recruit out right there. But we'll see what he does this turn. Now he is playing with mostly base set cards, which does lend to the fact that he probably is new. But with this many creatures on the field, I still have to worry about a couple of turns bloodlust coming up if I don't get them cleared out. He did finally attack one of my beasts to break the shield, but I'm just going to give her another shield so I can take out his largest monster there. And I was going to drop a recruit there, but I decided to drop the Crusader instead, just so that I have more threats on the board that he has to deal with. Paladin is all about having control of the board. So if he drops another, 3 defense guy, I have something to blow through it with. He will drop the overload guy, so I pretty much knew something with overload was coming. And again, I would have traded with my Scarlet Crusader there instead of just trying to get in a couple of damage, because right here I'm kind of thinking about what I'm going to do. I don't want to give up my Scarlet Crusader, but I do not want to lose that last hand of protection either, just to keep it on the board. So I'll just take out his Raptor, and what I will do is just coin into dropping my Argent Protector, because I know he's not really keen on clearing my monsters out anyway. So I want to use the minion-based Divine Shield. Divine Shield, if you don't know, by the way, just negates the next source of damage that would have come into the minion. So basically, they have to 2-for-1 themselves, use 2 sources of damage to take care of 1 monster. It's very powerful, except for versus maybe the mage, which can just pick it off with its hero power. And here again, he continues his trend of just going straight for me. I would have cleared out my Argent Defender there, but that's exactly the reason I played it. It's because I knew he probably wouldn't. So I do want to clear out his healing totem. And I will just break my shield here. Now the youthful brewmasters are great in a deck with a lot of battle cries like this because they can just bring them back. You see me bring my protector back there, so I have two sources of divine shield still in my hand. Now a lightning storm would be really bad for me right here because it would leave me with only my crusader on the board. It's divine shield obviously protecting it from the damage. Lightning storm is the only form of mass removal I think the shaman has. So they do have the forked lightning that hits 2 that he used earlier. Start playing with the scenery a little bit as he chooses what he's going to do. Now since he used the feral spirit, pretty much guarantees that I'm going to play my weapon on the next turn just to clear his board out a little bit. You'll notice I am much further down on health, and I really don't care that much with this type of deck unless I'm playing a mage or a rogue that's going to be able to do a lot of direct damage. I really don't care about getting myself a little low if I'm setting up really good board control in the process. So it's all about what you take here. Now I knew the reason I go in with the Brewmaster instead is I knew I was going to trade something with his Wild Pyromancer, and I wanted to trade the smaller guy instead. The reason I Divine Shield the Crusader instead of the slightly stronger Brewmaster is if he has Frost Shock. Because Frost Shock, the Divine Shield will protect my Crusader, but the Brewmaster would have survived either way. So it just kind of gives me a little insurance against one possible card he may have. They have the same power anyway, so it really didn't matter that much. He plays his own Scarlet Crusader, which is really good for me because I have the 2 recruits out now. I can just slam both of them in and get rid of his only threat. And I do clear his board out because, again, the shaman, they have a lot of spells. That was the spell power totem, and they have a lot of buffs that could make that totem a threat in the next turn. And again, I wanted 3 minions out here, and I had the mana, so I went ahead and used the protector to put another Divine Shield down, and my 3rd minion was the Brewmaster that brought my protector back. I do not want to overextend right here because I know he may draw into Lightning Storm. So you saw me hold back a couple of lower cost cards in my hand just in case. He has been thinking a lot this game. He has dropped the draw card, so he's definitely just trying to look for some, his mass removal. And he undoubtedly did not find it. But he does drop a little more draw. The Manatide Totem is extremely powerful if you can protect it. He does not have a way of actually protecting it here, so it does just draw him 1 card for 3 mana, which is not very good. And I do overextend here a little bit because I know he did not draw into what he needed, but I'm still going to hold a couple of things back. I could have played the Protector to Divine Shield my Juggler there, but again, I just wanted, minions in my hand in case he does mass remove here. Now, Earth Shock does go through since it removes the Divine Shield to bust my Crusader there. But it's looking really good for me at this point, unless he can remove. If he Lightning Storms right now, I only have 3 damage left on the field. But all he had was a War Golem. Defender of Argus was a great draw right there. And that was a nearly perfect knife swing, because that brings me down into range where I can kill his golem fairly easily by just using one of my divine shielded things and then giving up my recruits. And giving up the recruits incidentally does clear up board space for me to summon more recruits, which does juggle a knife. So right now, I'm feeling really confident in this match, obviously, because he hasn't drawn what he needed. He will Hex. And there he finally drew his Lightning Storm, was the last card he drew there. Fortunately for him, he drew it a little late because I did have 2 fairly powerful things left on the field when he finally got it. Do not want to leave the healing totem up. I play very safe here because he can turn it around in 1 turn. I went ahead and played the Redemption, which brings one of my dudes back when he kills it, because I know if he has removal here, he's probably going to kill the thing with 4 attack, and it would just come right back. But he doesn't have anything, and he ends up just giving up on this turn. So thank you for watching, and I'll make more Hearthstone videos shortly. Have a great day.